Hi guys, I am doing our lesson today from my bedroom floor, and I've borrowed the boys' drawing paper so that we have something to write on. The reason that I am doing this lesson through video is so that you can access it through the internet as a preview to your learning the night before, or you can watch this video after today as kind of a review. So far in topic 8, we have been talking about different ways of multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits. And today in topic 8.4, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to do it in a different way. If you have not already turned to your books, go ahead and open your books to page 194, and we'll get started. We are going to be doing the guided practice on page 194. You can follow along with me on your whiteboard or your notebook paper, whatever you're using, but we'll start with number 1. Number 1 says 41 times 23. Okay. Now, just as a review of what we've been doing so far, I'm going to show you the window pane method that we've been using when we're multiplying 2 digits. This is a really great method when you're learning because it breaks each one of these numbers down by their place value, but it's not really efficient as we move into middle school and high school. I'm going to go ahead and break these numbers down. 40 and 1 and 23. I'm going to break down up here. 2 is in the tens place, so it represents 20, and 3 is in the ones, so it represents 1. Okay, now this makes for really easy multiplication. I'm going to start here. 4 times 2 is 8, but I'm just going to stamp these 2 zeros here, giving me 800. Now I'm going to move over 40 times 3, but I'm just going to start with 4 times 3, which is 12. And I'm going to stamp that 0 right over here, giving me 120. This is going to be pretty easy. 1 times 20. And now 1 times 3. Okay? Now, once we have this broken down by the place value and spread out this way, we just need to add it up. So, when I add it up, 0 plus 3, 2 plus 2, 4, 8 plus 1 is 9. So my final answer is 943. Like I said, this is a really good method, but it was a lot of work to get to our final answer. So the second method that we learned was still breaking it down by place value, but it just wasn't so dramatic. So we're going to start the same way. I'm going to take 1 times 3, which is 3. And now I'm going to take 3 times 4. However, this 4 is in the tens place, so I have to have a 0. So 3 times 4 is 120. You'll notice that I have 3 and 3, 120, 120. So things are starting to match up. Okay, now I'm going to move over to the 2. 2 times 1 is 2. But remember, that's in the tens place. So I have to have a 0 here. Going back, 2 times 1 is 2. Good. 20, 20. All right. Now, going up, 2 times 4 is 8. But they're both in the tens place, so I need not 1 0, but 2 zeros. So 2 times 4 is 8. Now again, I'm going to add up all of these numbers, but they do match exactly over here. So I'm just going to double check myself. 3 plus zeros, 2 plus 2 plus 0 is 4. And 1 plus 8 is 9. So my number, my answer again, is 943. Now, again, this is a really great method, but it's not very time efficient. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking this version, but we're just going to be making it a little bit more condensed, so it's not such a big process. Let me get my other piece of paper and some tape. Alright. Alright, now this is the method that we're going to be working on today. Using the same problem as we did here and on number 1, 41 times 23. Okay, go ahead and work this out with me as I'm working it out on the board. Just like in the last problem, we're going to go up with it. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to stop here for a second. You'll notice that right now I have 1, 2, 3, 123. So I come back to this page, looking at these first two numbers. 3, 120. 120 plus 3 is 123. So what I've done is I took these two and I just smashed them together to come up with 123. I just did them in one step. Alright, moving on. So now I have 2 times 1. However, it is in the tens place, so I have to bring down a 0. So many people, when I was learning math, they told me, you just put the 0. They didn't tell me why. You just put the 0. So I did it. But it's because it's holding that tens place. Okay? Now I have 2 times 1, which is 2. And 2 times 4, which is 8. And I'm going to go back for just a second. And I'm going to look at these two numbers, 20 and 800, because when I combine them into a smaller form, it gives me the number 820, which is exactly what I've done here. So instead of doing 4 steps, I've done 2. All right. Now we're going to add it up. 3 plus 0 is 3. 2 plus 2 is 4. And 1 plus 8 is 9. So all 3 ways I got an answer of 943, but this is a lot less. So this is going to be better for us as we start moving into harder multiplication. All right, number 2. 63 times 31. All right, work this out with me as I'm doing it here on the paper. 1 times 3. 1 times 6. 6. That was easy. Now, 3 times 3 is 9, but it's in the tens place, so I have to bring down that 0. So 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. I add them up. 3 plus 1, 3 plus 0. 6 plus 9 is 15. 8 plus 1 is 9, and 1. 1,953. Now, you'll notice in your book, that it's giving you some of the answers. So I want to go back and kind of look at that one more time, just so you can check yourself. So we're looking at number 2. The blank that it gives us is blank 3. We got that 3. We're good. 1-8 is what it gives us. 9-0 is what we're missing. And 1-9-5 is what it gives us. So we filled out that 3. So our final answer is 1,953. Okay. Let's do, I can fit one more. Let's do one more. All right. Let's do number 3, 27 times 12. All right. Follow along with me as I do it here. 2 times 7 is 14. But I want you to pay attention because we haven't had one where we've had to carry yet. So instead of writing 14, we just write the 4 and we carry our 1. That's a step that we haven't done yet. Now, 2 times 2, which is 4. But I'm going to add my 1, which is 5. And this is something that you're used to when we were multiplying one-digit number by multiple digits, is we would carry and add. So that's nothing new. Now, I'm going to cross that out because I've already used it. Cross that. All right. 1 times 7 is 7. However, it's in the tens place, so bring down my 0. So 1 times 7 is 7. Okay. 1 times 2 is 2. I'm going to add those together. 4 plus 0. 7 plus 5. 1 plus 2. 3. So my answer is 324. Let's check ourselves. Oh, number 3 doesn't give you any. Number 3 just asks you to solve it. So, we're good. All right. That is your little mini lesson on multiplying 2-digit numbers by 2-digit numbers. I hope you enjoyed it.